they're going to move forward with us, and we're talking about the draft, how are we presenting that?
We have to make sure though, we let them know, if their draft is supposed to come out on the third, and the third falls on a Saturday or Sunday, it will come out the next business day. Make
Okay.
sure you leave that money in your account, please. Thank you.
Okay, we got that too. Now I'm talking about if I'm closing today, and I'm walking out the door today, and I'm writing them up, what am I saying?
That you can, your payment can come out today. Do you want your payment to come out today? Or do you want your payment, when do you want your payment to come out, because it can't come out today?
Getting warmer, getting warmer, getting warmer. I love that.
I don't, alright, so just say, we're starting this today, reoccurring when?
Say it again.
We're starting this today, reoccurring when?
We are starting this today, reoccurring when, okay, recurring when. All right, so if you give them the option, they're gonna tell you, oh, I wanna start next month. It's always gonna be next month, okay? No, we're doing this today. All right, so Ms. Val, okay, we got you approved, you got the $20,000 for such and such amount.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Lincoln Heritage, they're gonna process this today, you will see this come out your account tomorrow.
Okay.
Those are always my words. You will see this come out in your account tomorrow between 2 and 5. By the time you wake up, it'll already be done. Now, going forward, do you want this to line up with your social security check?
Yes, ma'am, the third Wednesday of the month.
All right? If it's not, if they don't have social security, they're gonna tell me, oh, I don't have social security. Or if you already know, when do you want this? Okay? Ms. Val, going forward, what date or day? Third Friday of every month?
Third Wednesday of every month.
Third Wednesday of every month?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So it is always.
They gonna say, third Wednesday,
Yeah.
I'm money for lunch.
So it is always, Lincoln Heritage is gonna process this today, or if you're doing it on the weekend, they're gonna process this on Monday, you're gonna see this come out of your account on Tuesday. Always, it's not an option. If they don't have it, they're gonna tell you, okay? Now, for when you're new and stuff, and you're first figuring this out, all right, if you give a little hesitation, they're gonna take it. So when I'm sitting down in front of them and they, all right, well, Ms. Rena, I need a check dated for today made out to Lincoln Heritage in the amount of $161.95. I put my head down and I start acting like I'm writing something, okay? Whether I'm on the iPad or something, put your head down. They get up slow because they're hesitant, they wanna ask you something, but you're not looking at them. They go get that check, okay? Now, if they absolutely don't have it, they'll come back with the check and say, well, I don't really have this in my account right now. Okay, Ms. Rita, when's the next time you're gonna have it? Well, I don't get paid till the 3rd. The 3rd is as soon as you're gonna have it? Yes, okay. We can start this on the 3rd, but just know you're not gonna be covered till then, all right? Now, don't die before the 3rd, okay? If you got a little humor, you can put it in there, depending on the relationship, but the bottom line is it starts today. Let me tell you why, this isn't just about our pockets. Agents in here, if you raise your hand, I don't know if anybody's in here, Lex is still back there. Anybody ever wrote a policy on somebody and had them die shortly after? Okay, look at these hands. So we're not speaking out of desperation, we're speaking out of facts. All right? People who decided to wait and then passed away and didn't get covered. My uncle, all right? So we're speaking from facts. Policy never gets delivered or is very late in delivery. There is no reason anybody in here is not delivering their policies on time, okay? So as soon as that policy comes in, you are putting it on your calendar, you're calling them up and you're letting them know, I've got your policy, I'm coming by next week, or I'm gonna be by in 2 weeks, whatever it is, but you wanna make sure they know that the policy is in, because if they think there's no policy, they think you were a scam, and they will call and cancel, okay? They think it's just regular life insurance because we didn't do a good job of letting them know about the FCGS. The policy provides death for accidental death only. They think it's only accidental death. For the newer people, you automatically, all the time, no exceptions. Well, I guess there is one exception if they're over 80. We automatically add the deluxe plan for the accidental death. Okay, it's $5. You don't tell them, well, it's gonna be $69.50, and then I'm gonna add $5 for this accidental death. No, your $10,000 plan, including the up to $100,000 accidental, is $74.50. Okay. Reason why I said the exception might be over 80 is because over 80 is no longer $1 per unit. It's now, I think,
Over 7.
Over 70. Okay, oh, well, if they're 70, I'm still at it.
70.
But, yeah, because 80 is like 225, I think. Okay, so if they're over, I definitely know over 75, it might just be one if they're really, really, really on a fixed income. Okay, but you automatically add the accidental death. Lex has a situation where the guy just absolutely would not allow him to add accidental death, and guess what? He died of an accident. Okay? And I bet you his wife would have loved, right? And she wants a husband. But since she can't have him, guess what? The money's the next best thing. Okay? Because she's got to make up for that income that he's not going to be here anymore. So we are not doing this because we're trying to take advantage of people. We're not doing this because we're just trying to get more money in our pockets. We benefit from it. But if there is an accident, guess what? They're going to appreciate having more money come in. And if you're not the expert of what you do here, you're going to cause them to lose out on what they could have had automatically. All right, premium amount is quoted wrong. I know whenever I bring in new agents, they have to do their applications on paper. And I do that because I want them to make sure they know how it works in case they get to a place that there is no signal. So when you do it on paper, there's a potential for you doing the math wrong. You quoted it wrong, guess what? That could be a problem. So you want to make sure you know how to do the math on that. Policy issued with the name spelled incorrectly. Underwriting usually tries to work on that. Underwriting issued a policy other than applied for. I just had to deal with this with one of my peers in the business. They wrote a policy, tried to deliver it. The woman, no, you don't need to see me, just drop it in the mailbox. Kept trying to deliver it. She would never do it. Well, guess what? She just found out that they wrote it for she applied for $10,000, but the policy was only $6,000. Why? Because her husband was modified. And it was never discovered. The agent didn't realize it for whatever reason, and she just took the policy and stuck it in the drawer. So we need to make sure we're doing our job and paying attention to whether it's issued for the amount that we asked for. Application was sent in too early, so I know that is customer authorized for funds July 5th, application sent in. Okay. An agent wanted to get paid earlier. They wanted to count for this month's production instead of next month. This agent was looking out for themselves, probably causing the NSF and all that stuff. They couldn't afford the amount, we oversell them. So there's a fine line, and the longer we're here, we'll get better and better at that. Some customers will say they're on a fixed income and they can only afford a certain amount, but then when you present them a higher number, they take it, and they can't afford it. But sometimes people oversell, because they're looking at their pockets, so we'll get better and stronger. The more you do it, the better you get. And they let you get out the door with the check, and then they call the bank and stop the payment. Okay? It happens, all right? And what that means is I was too aggressive, I was too pushy, okay? And I tell my clients all the time, I'm persistent, not pushy, but I am persistent. So I'm gonna keep talking to it, but I'm not gonna push you into it, because I need to know when I lay down at night, I don't have no guilt about if I get the phone call that you died and you didn't get any coverage. I did my part, and I've gotten those calls, okay? I've gotten those calls. So that being said, those are the top reasons for the NTOs, and we'll make sure we're getting that right. Does anybody else have anything they need to say, add, any concerns, questions? How y'all feeling? Okay. All right. Well, I am too.
Yes.
Yes.
I had one house I went to, and she moved from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
She moved from Detroit, and we got all the way to the part where it was time to pay. I can't say I put my head down.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't have a problem with paying, but when it was time to give me her routing and checking, they have a card where they put, I guess, their benefits or whatever on, because she's on fixed income or whatever. And I'm like, I can't accept the card for the initial payment, and that's the only form of payment that she had. So I was supposed to go back. My appointment with her is Wednesday afternoon, to go back to Charleston. Cause I encouraged her to open up an account, I think with Woodforest, with Walmart or whatever. So in that case, I'm finding more people do not have a checking account, and I'm rescheduling. So I don't know if anybody else run into that problem.
Okay, you said you had that problem the other day? All right, anybody want to address it? All right, So what do we have in place to help us know in advance whether or not they have a checking account?
The questionnaire.
Okay, the fact finding questionnaire is gonna be where we start, cause on there specifically it asks, how do you pay your bills, okay? And they're gonna tell you, oh, I use my card, okay, well, your card, well, what bank is that associated with? Oh, no, I just, give you a chime, something like that, right? I don't know, I just, this. Go ahead, Lex.
To his point, chime, depending on what it is, can be used as an actual checking account. Sometimes Bancorp, I was about to say that, is another one that will give you an actual routing number and an account number, but when the home office gets it, you're gonna get a call and they're gonna say, this is gonna be paid.
So that means no residual.
That means, well, you get your as earned.
You get
your
your
as earned, you don't get advance. Right.
Okay, so to clarify what Chris is saying, you do not get advance. Now, you will get the pay through the residual, but it'll be as earned. So if they make their payment that month, you're gonna get paid on it the following month. You can call the new business department and they can check the routing number in advance. Okay, so you can call the new business department, say, we got this routing number, I wanna check this account, and they can tell you up front whether or not that is a prepaid number or not, okay? But what we wanna do in those cases, we wanna use the questionnaire first of all. But, as we got, for those of us who are a little more tenured, I don't use the questionnaire per se anymore. I have it here, but I will ask them, well, Chastity, what bank do you bank with? Cause I wanna make sure we have a partnership with them. That's always my statement. What bank do you bank with? I wanna make sure we have a partnership. Oh, I bank with, say Federal Credit. Oh, perfect. We got an excellent partnership with them. Okay?
We had another question.
Going back to the prepaid. Oh, I have Chime. Well, Ms. Chastity, Chime, that's a prepaid account, right? Well, I don't know. Well, you put your money on the card? Yeah. Okay. Now, our company can't take that. And I'll explain why. I don't wanna just sell you a policy. I want something that's gonna be there forever. And we know for a fact when it's a prepaid card, sometimes they don't let that payment go through. And I don't want you to pay for this and put your money in and then all of a sudden it doesn't work anymore. All right? Let's talk about, and then we go through the bank thing, okay?
What about the credit unions? Do they have any stipulation against the credit unions?
No, and we don't have any stipulations against anyone. We don't prefer prepaid because, we don't prefer prepaid and we don't prefer people to mail in their payments because statistically, it's not gonna stay on the books. Those are the quickest ones to fall off, and so then they'll put all that money in and it'll lapse and everything else, okay? So you're protecting yourself by making sure you don't have a chargeback over the first year, and you're protecting them by making sure you're getting something that's gonna be in place. Lincoln Heritage will take anything, we don't. But if they want to do a prepaid card, or if they want to pay out of pocket, well, yeah, we can do that. We're gonna take the 12 months. Well, they say 6 months or 12 months, I only do 12 months.
On one of the calls, I think one of the Friday calls, I actually found out just in time, I can't remember now, because I'm not looking at my notes, if it was Palmetto Citizens or, one of the other credit unions, but I know we prefer checking, but they were saying that particular bank will not allow ACH payments from their savings, and they had people trying to use their savings. So
Okay.
I know that doesn't really apply to us, cause we prefer checking, but I found that out in the nick of time now.
So with savings, I see you, Justin, I see you. With savings, when COVID hit, the banks relaxed the requirement. Prior to COVID, and now it's back again, they can only do 6 transactions on their savings. So if they're using a savings account for all their transactions, by the time we get to it, it might not even go through, because they've already hit that 6 mark, okay? What I have done in the area that I'm in, I've been in that area for almost 8 years now, I got a good relationship, I have a particular bank. I tell my clients, go see Miss So-and-so at such and such bank, okay? And I've even gone to the bank with them and set up their account, got them a checking account, and had it set where their savings automatically transfers to their checking, the exact amount they're gonna need for their, life insurance. And then I let them know, okay, you got this set, now you can do what you want with your savings, don't touch this checking account at all, okay? I've done that with about maybe 4 clients out there where I am, and they've all been fine. So get a relationship with the banks in the area as well too, okay? That's all you.
What I ran into, a lot of the people have Direct Express for what their benefits come on.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way, do Direct Express have a route number or anything
It's
like
still
that?
gonna
They do, but we still don't wanna
What
take
do
those
they-
cars.
Right,
Okay, so you want to encourage them, and if we did a good job with it, if they see the value, they'll go get it. All right, Wood Forest caters to people 50 and older. That is their target market, so there's not a lot of fees with that. Credit unions are really good about not having fees. I'd stay away from, I don't even know if Bank of America exists anymore, but Bank of America, Wells Fargo, I'd stay away from them.
They stay away from that.
And Wood Forest, even if they've messed up at another bank, they still let them know.
Yep.
That's a big-
That's good to know. So you do have some people that can't get a checking account at all because they've messed up, so that's good to know, okay?
They're what they call a second chance bank.
Second chance bank, okay, and that's really good to know, okay? So if they like it, they will go ahead and do it. And if you find out, if you know already what the fee is, if there is one, you can tell them, go ahead, you don't have to wait until you get your social security check, go ahead to the bank, open up the account, it only costs $5. Open up the account and call me with the right number. When I have those kind of cases, I do a paper app and I get all the signatures I need. And that way they can just call me with the account information, if that's an area I'm not gonna be going back to, or if I wanna move on to the next person, okay? Justin, you had a question?
You said 6 months with the prepaid policies, you only set them up for like a 6-month payment period?
6 months or 1 year.
Okay, but it's just 6 months, so it's like guaranteed that they'll pay the policy pretty much, and you can stay on them with 6 calls.
Yeah, and like I said, I prefer the year, and you'll learn that in boot camp, but that's the quickest way. And so when they say, we never tell them no. Whatever they want, we never say no. Well, I don't wanna use my checking account, I wanna use cash. I'm not gonna say, well, we don't do that, or, well, you can do it, but, no, oh, absolutely, Miss Erin, we can do that. Give me a moment, let me figure out the semi-annual payment. Okay, I just need a check for this amount, or a money order for this amount. Then they think twice, okay? But it doesn't matter how they do it, you just wanna protect your business, because what you don't wanna do is get put out of business because of somebody who isn't doing the right thing, and now you have now your persistency is low. Now you know, Lincoln Heritage loses faith in you, okay? And I've had that happen, all right? And if you build a good enough relationship, you can go knock on the door. I had some woman in Georgia, I don't even remember, but she gave me a tough time, and then I got the check, and then found out she gave me the wrong account number, and I showed up at her door, and then told her, you gave me the wrong account number, we need to fix this now. And then she gave me a check, I said, well, now we need to call the bank and verify the funds. So call the bank, verify the funds, and again, I have the relationship, I don't treat everybody like this, but this was a special case. I said, now, Miss Erin, don't make me have to come down here again.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Haven't had a problem since, she's been on the hook, all right? But I needed to help her because she was all over the place, and she wanted her little 21-year-old grandson to do her funeral. Can't mess with people like that. What else? All right, good stuff. So Fred's here, we're here. For those who may need any additional training, like I said, if you're not getting there, look at what you said you were going to do, and look at the number of days you have left, okay? If you need to adjust your goal, but figure it out. Get to a number that you know you're gonna reach, because you don't wanna keep lying to yourself. You keep lying to yourself, you keep defeating yourself, all right? You'll start believing, you'll stop believing what you say. So that being said, we're gonna get out of here. Send me anything about the, okay. All right, I just want y'all to know how much we appreciate y'all. I enjoy being a fellow agent with you. Fred appreciates you.